Everybody, welcome to Monday Madness with Travels with PMB. As you come in, just let me know that you're here. Just say hi, Paul. Just so that I could welcome you to the live and just shout you out. So just as you come in, like and also just let me know that you are here. Got a couple of things I want to talk about today with regards to travel. So I'm excited. I have a couple of things on the agenda. As I said, as you come in, just say hi, Paul. Just let me know that you're here and just like. We are getting ready to start. Thank you so much for coming on. For those that are coming after those later on to watch it, thank you for those also that's coming to watch it later. And thank you for supporting. And those that are here now, thank you also for coming along and supporting this live and this Monday Madness. And so, as I go on, if you have any questions, just let me know what you want to talk about, any question that you may have. And so, one of the things I want to talk about, any Carnival cruise lovers. And so, I have been on a lot of Carnival cruise ships, and that is the cruise line I have sailed with the most. And so I have been on several of their cruise ships. And so I found an article very interesting that said all of the changes, more or less the changes that would happen in 2024. And so I want to see where we are with these changes for Carnival Cruise Line. So with this article, and one of the things that it said was regarding Family Feud. Now, say it in the chat. Have you ever been on a Carnival cruise ship and they had Family Feud? And so it was something that initiated, and they were starting only with a few type of cruise ships with Family Feud. They were kind of testing it out. And so when I was on Carnival Legend for my UK cruise earlier this year, the cruise director said that they were going to roll it out for the rest of the cruise ships that did not have it. And according to this article, the cruise ships that is still coming would be Carnival Dream, that's coming out in October. And so if you do like Family Feud, the process is very simple. There is a sign up sheet. I felt like when I was on Carnival Legend, there was a lot of people that it just didn't seem like people were interested. And so, but there's some bigger ships because Carnival Legend is a small ship. There are bigger ships that people are definitely interested. Antoine Blue, thank you for coming along. No Family Feud on the ships was on. Okay, so if you haven't been on a Carnival cruise ship in a while, there is Family Feud now that is rolled out on all the ships by the end of the year. And so, if you're coming with a group of people, five individuals or whatever, and you just want to be able to do something different, sign up, go through the auditions, and they have what they call like an adult type of Family Feud as well. They'll have a regular one and they'll have an adult type one. And when I went to the adult Family Feud, I was looking for it to be more spicy topics, and it really wasn't. So it still was a little tame for me when you went to that show. So they would have two shows during the day. So that would mean four sets of families or people that are coming together. And so if you're going, that is something that you can do now on Carnival Cruise Ship if you go on one of their cruises. One of the other things that they said that is happening is that Carnival will no longer sail out of Charleston, South Carolina, and the cruise ship that was there is the Sunshine, and that is going to be repositioned in 2025. So by the end of this year, Carnival Cruise Line will no longer sail out of Charleston. And so I thought that would have been something that I've never been to Charleston, always wanted to go to Charleston, one of those cities I want to do. And I would have probably done a cruise or did a cruise and then maybe stay a few days before to stay in Charleston or stay a few days after. I think I would have combined it with the cruise. And so it's a little disappointing. And I'm sure it's disappointing for those individuals that lives near Charleston that they can no longer have a cruise ship that they can just go on to and have a cruise close in their proximity. So now they have to fly off to either Florida or this is being positioned to Virginia. And so sure, it's very disappointing, but they want their area to do what they want and develop that area, so they had to get rid of the cruise ships. And the other thing that is happening, it said that Carnival Firenze came this year. And so I went on Carnival Firenze. Carnival Firenze is one of my favorite ships. If you have not seen the vlogs regarding Carnival Firenze, go check it out. I did a full ship tour for Carnival Firenze. Carnival Firenze is coming out of Long Beach, California. And it's just a beautiful ship. It's Carnival Firenze, Italian style ship, reminiscent of Florence in terms of its decor, and I loved it. It's the second best ship to me on top of Carnival Celebrations. Carnival Celebration, then Carnival Firenze. And so check out those vlogs if you have not seen it. And I thought it was a beautiful ship. And I think because of the accommodations that I had, I thought it just even made it better when I was on the ship. And something that I saw on Carnival Legend this year, they are doing digital debarkation. If you are used to Carnival the way that they used to do things, so do you remember, Antoine, how Carnival used to do debarkation? If you're an individual that had you still had the luggage tags, and so there you would have these luggage tags, and you would go and get the luggage tags, and after you get the luggage tags, you would just have to wait for your thing to be called. And this, for those individuals that had express debarkation, what they would have to do is just come off, I guess, whenever they want to. And so they're trying Carnival's trying to make it a little bit more organized, and so they're doing digital debarkation. You would go on the app, and when you go on the app, you would say what time you want to leave the ship. I saw another ship had this also. It was Virgin. I was on Virgin Voyages, and they have digital debarkation as well. And so let me know in the comments, do you think that digital debarkation is a good thing? And so with the digital debarkation, even on Virgin, like, so I felt like the cruise director kept on telling people, because it was a new process to them, uh, make sure you go on the app, do the digital debarkation. And so it was a new process to them. And so in it being a new process, it took a while for people to say, okay, I'll eventually get on the app. When I, for example, went on Virgin Voyages app and decided to pick a time period, all of the early times were like gone. And so if you want a specific time, just go on the app as soon as you want and do it. But I'm thinking at the same time, if you decide to just come off the ship and you're bringing all your bags, even though it's not one of the times because you really need to get off the ship to catch a plane, I'm sure that no one is going to stop you either way. So just something more that Carnival is doing so that they can organize and get people off in a more timely fashion. When I was on Carnival Legend and they did it, I thought it was timely. I thought it was smooth. So I felt like I was just kind of like waiting in my room after a while. I was just waiting in my room, just waiting for them to call. And so, and they kept on saying, please don't come down unless you're called, because then it defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose if everybody's just going to go down there anyway and just ignore the digital debarkation. So the cruise director kept on saying, please wait until you are called, your number is called, and then come downstairs. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I think it does. It is really efficient, Antoine. I really think it is efficient. And then you would get a notification when you're ready through the app, and so you get a notification through the app when they're ready to for you to go down, and then you can make your way down. And I'm sure they could will follow it up with a announcement as well. So I think digital debarkation is a good way to go for Carnival. If you've had the old way, if you are going forward on another Carnival ship, just expect that this is going to be the new way. I know people are not used to changes, but this is going to be the no way regarding Carnival. So let's talk about something that I've seen in a few vlogs. Now, I didn't want to talk about this and do a full video because I was trying to still understand what they were really talking about. And so, if you've never been on the Excel class ships for Carnival, Carnival has Carnival Mardi Gras, Carnival Jubilee, and Carnival Celebration. These huge ships, they're biggest ships. And so one of the things that they did when they had Mardi Gras, it was a madhouse at first because all of the people could not fit into the dining rooms. And I went on Mardi Gras, and it was like all of the people couldn't fit in the dining room. So what they had to do is make space in Cucina del Capitano. And when they made space in Cucina del Capitano, you could go into Cucina del Capitano then for free. So if you wanted to have things from the dinner menu, or if you wanted to have things from Cucina del Capitano, which is the Italian restaurant, then you could have had that. And so they made that, whereas in other ships outside of the Excel class ships, there would be a cost for that restaurant. It would be considered a specialty dining restaurant. And so what I was seeing was with some of these content creators, they were saying that now Jubilee, which came out last year, the end of last year, and when it comes to certain ships, that seems to be like the inaugural season. There's like, oh, this is free, this is great, this is best, and now all of a sudden they start kind of taking stuff back and trying to control stuff and restrict stuff and make it a little bit more organized in how they do things. And so they're free restaurant then Cochino del Capitano, and another one which is Chabang, which is a Mexican Asian fusion restaurant. Now, if you decide to go there more than once, there is an $8 charge. Now, I want to know if there's anybody who is in here who have been to Mardi Gras, been on one of the XL class ships, the big ships. If you have gone to one of these restaurants, and if you ever desired to go back to this restaurant, I have gone to Shebang, I have gone to Cochino del Capitano, and I have never once went to it more than once. I've gone to it. No offense to Carnival, no offense to the food, but if there's anybody that has done that, just you can leave it in the chat or leave it in the comments afterward. I've never gone to it more than once, and I felt like it wasn't something that I wanted to go to more than once. But I guess there are some people who decide, instead of just going to the dining room, if this is free, let me just go to this more than once. Well, now if you decide to go to it, even though it's free, now Carnival is going to charge you an $8 fee. So, what is the benefit for those people who maybe have not had a chance to go to the restaurant and people are going to it more than once? Then maybe this gives people an opportunity to go to the restaurant, because now this may dissuade people from going to it, since it's now a charge and it's not free, even though it's $8, but it's $8 per person. So, if it's a family, it can add up. $8 can add up if it is a family of five, four, or whatever it is, going to dinner at the same time. And so the only restaurant I have really gone to more than once, one of my favorite restaurants, Emerald has a restaurant on the Excel class ships. I have gone there for breakfast. I have gone there for, like, I think dinner, maybe lunch. I have gone there more than once, but that is a paid restaurant and with nominal a la carte fees. But I've never gone to those other restaurants more than once. I felt like once I've done it once, that was it. It didn't matter if it was free. I had Shebang. It was okay to me. I've had Cochino del Capitano sometimes can be hit and miss. So you let me know if you've tried Cochino del Capitano. Have you felt like it was like always on point? Did you feel like it was always a restaurant that every time you went there, and even if you had the same thing, it was just as good as the last time? And I've had sometimes the same thing more than once, and one time it was good, like the chicken parm. One time was really good, and I had it another time, it was just like I didn't care for it at all. So I don't know if it would impact me, but for those individuals who really love Shebang, wanted tired of the dining room, maybe it would impact you having to spend this $8 if you decide to go to it more than once. So let me tell you what I have done last week and what's coming up this week. If you have not seen it, family, go check out the videos I did last week. Last week, I did Scotland, the videos for Scotland. I did a separate video also of just pictures of Scotland. And so I love Scotland. When I tell you, I said it last week, I love Scotland. I thought it was beautiful. We went to the Highlands. We went to different small towns in Scotland, and I just loved it. I thought it was beautiful. And I definitely want to go back there and go to the capital city of Edinburgh. I definitely want to go back there. Make sure you go check that out. I dying to know what you think about those videos regarding Scotland, the one that was the picturesque with the scenes, and also the 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 major vlog video, the big vlog video where I showed you everything. I did that on Busy Bus Tours, phenomenal company. If you're going to UK, I did not want to do. Okay, if anybody knows about Carnival, sometimes you look at the excursions. The excursions are so expensive, and so this is one of the few times that I decided I did not want to go through Carnival because the price of each excursions was just like phenomenal. It was just so much. And so we just looked, my friends and I, we just looked at other types of things to do. And I've never done this before. And, sometimes you could be nervous about doing an outside excursion, but it's worked out for me and worked out for my friends and I. And so we booked outside excursions. And when I tell you, every time we had the excursion, Busy Bus Tours, we went on, it made one of my friends a little nervous because on the website, they kept reassuring us that they would get us back to the port on time. And even on the excursion itself, Busy Bus Tours and the other ones that's coming up this week, I'm going to tell you about that other company. They would, even when we were on the tour, they would reassure us that they were going to get back to the port on time. And so they would say like, okay, we could do this, or I think we have enough time. They were looking at the traffic, and so they were very professional, and they were so concerned that we did not miss the bus, because the fear is if you do not book an excursion through Carnival or any ship, then they will leave you. If you are a little late and you booked an excursion through Carnival, the claim is that they will wait for you. And so it was it was a phenomenal experience. We just booked everything online. Obviously, there was a conversion rate because it's going to be either in euros, it's going to be either in pounds, English pounds, but it worked out for me. Linda was on the cruise, said yes, the tours were very, very good. All the tours were great. We extremely enjoyed it. So if you're going on a tour, if you're going on a cruise and you see that, say, Carnival or whatever cruise line you're on, and they are so expensive, just consider doing one of these things. Just doing your research, doing a tour. Look at content creators that may have done the same type of cruises as you did. Like I did, I looked at a content creator. They did um, similar ports, and what did they do? So that even if we didn't do the exact same excursion, we looked at the company they used, and if they had an issue, but they didn't have any issues. So I said, let's go with this because booking through Carnival would have just been too expensive. And in general, the cruise is kind of expensive as is. You're going over to London, the conversion rate of pounds to American dollars, and you're going over to these different cities, and the conversion rate alone. And so I thought that it was beneficial that we did this story. So, would that be something that you would do in the future? Anyone in the chat, is that something that you would do? Would you be too fearful to book an excursion outside of the cruise line, or is that something that you have done in the past and you're willing to do in the future? And so we didn't do it for every port, but we did it for almost all of the ports. So go check out those vlogs and those videos of Scotland. I loved it. I would want to go back, and I'm trying to tempt you to see if maybe you would desire to go also to a cruise that, like we did this UK cruise, that you can see all these beautiful places. And so this coming week, what is coming up this week? And so I like to do these live shows so that I could give you a preview and let you know, I got even before it comes out, what is coming up. And so the videos I have this week is of Belfast, which is Ireland, and that is Northern Ireland, so it's a part of the UK. And also I am going to come out with the video for Liverpool. And so I did those two videos that's coming out Wednesday and Friday. So I'm trying to do videos every Wednesday and Friday. So look out for the videos. So live on Mondays, and then try to do a video for as long as I have content for Wednesday and Friday. And so I'm curious to see what y'all thought about Belfast. That was done through Odyssey Tours, another great company. So we did, once again, we did another tour. outside of Carnival, and Friday is going to be Liverpool, and I love Liverpool. I love the vibe of Liverpool. It would be a place I would definitely go back to, is to go to Liverpool. And so, have you thought about, whoever's on here? Have you thought about even doing this? Did you want to go to Scotland? Have you ever wanted to go to Wales? Have you ever wanted to go to Belfast? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat if these are places that you ever had a desire to go, or are you a person that just kind of just love the Caribbean, and so you just want to do Caribbean cruises. That's fine too. You just love the Caribbean. You just love to lay out on a nice warm beach, and that's fine too if that is your preference. So I am going also this coming week. I am going to Chicago. I am excited. I am going to try to vlog some stuff for Chicago. And I want to know from you, for those in the replay gang, those here, let me know what you would like to see. Maybe that I eat some pizza, or what is it that you would kind of would love to see. I'm really considering doing some vlogging. I'm trying to see how much vlogging I'm going to do, or maybe I'll just be in the moment. Sometimes you just want to be in the moment. Sometimes you just want to go somewhere and go on a quick vacation and just be in the moment. So if you would like to see something particular, I'm in the chat, the replay, just let me know, and then so that I can do maybe a brief video or what have you for Chicago. I'm definitely trying to at least do the hotel room. I'm sharing it with a friend, so if I could kick them out, then I'll do at least the hotel room. Because I like to go and show hotel rooms, because one of the major things I saw before doing this channel was I would try to look up hotels and I could not find it. I would try to look up a specific hotel. It may be Holiday Inn, but it may be Holiday Inn, but not the specific Holiday Inn that I was looking at. And so, what is it that you would like to see? Have you ever been to Chicago? I'm curious. Have you ever been to Chicago? Those that are in the comment, because I'm getting ready to go to Chicago. And if you've been to Chicago, what have you done in Chicago? So maybe I can check it out. If there's something that's a must see in Chicago, let me know, because I'm going this week. This is my third time, but there's still some things that I have never done. And so I would like to kind of like cover it if I can for the quick weekend that I'm going to be there. And not only that, what would you like me to show you? If you're like, oh well, I've never been, but I wouldn't mind a vlog on this or a vlog on that. And so thank you so much for coming along today. I'm going to be here every Monday. Just mark your calendar, 6 o'clock. I'm going to be coming back from Chicago on Monday. So, but I'll still have some time at least to speak a little bit, maybe a little bit about my experience while I was there. So mark your calendars every Monday, 6 o'clock. Come with your questions. Be ready to chat with your boy. Tell me hi, whatever it is that you would like to know about. I will be able to answer in this moment, because then it gives me the time to be able to tell you more that I could even tell in just the vlog. If you have any questions that maybe I didn't even think about, or maybe some things that people didn't even comment about, but you would just like to know how things are, then just let me know. So thank you so much. And until next week, happy travel.